Hey, hey. What's happening? Alright, let's get to it. Oh no, I can't even. They took away my groove. Oh. Share my live on Instagram. Give me a second, I'm gonna share the live. And then we gonna get started. Shout outs to Sahana on TikTok.
I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. You a badass bitch. That don't get swallowed in that fat ass bitch. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. You a badass bitch. That don't get swallowed in that fat ass bitch. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do.
Ooh, I can put sparkles on it. Instagram done got jiggy. Ooh. I like that. Let's get it. Instagram got jiggy with it.
I got racks to the ATM jam.
There we
Tell
go.
me what you wanna do. I got racks
Instagram
to
got
the
jiggy.
jam. Tell me what you wanna do.
Shout outs to everybody on TikTok.
A badass bitch. That don't get swallowed in that
TikTok,
fat
can
ass
I
bitch.
get
got
one
racks
like?
to the ATM
One like,
jam.
TikTok.
Tell me what you wanna do.
Just one. Give me one like, TikTok.
to the
Somebody,
ATM
please.
jam. Tell me what you wanna do. I got
Can I get one?
racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do.
All right, let's get started.
Badass bitch.
Let's get started. We going in tonight. We going in. We got a lot of celebrity gossips to discuss. So let's go in. Shout outs to Ichaka. Thank you for liking the stream. Can I get a like, TikTok? Please. I beg of you. All right. All right. Welcome everyone. Welcome to this multi-million-dollar stream. How's everyone doing? How's your weekend been so far? How's your week been so far? I am your host, Kev Prosper, the owner and founder of Prosperity ULLC. Prosperity ULLC is creating a society of wealth, positivity, and inspiration. You are tuned into Love and Money, the podcast of Prosperity ULLC. Thank you for contributing to the Cash App above. I know you see it now. I got the QR code on it. So if you guys aren't familiar with, for those of you who are technologically illiterate but on your phones all day long, that QR code, all you got to do is scan it with your phone, or if you're already on your phone, you can take a screenshot of it and then click it, and it'll take you to my Cash App. So here you go. Please contribute to the Cash App above. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. And thank you for contributing to the Cash App. And go to that Cash App and give it everything you got. And then visit the website below at prosperunlimited.com. Yes, that website is a revolutionary website, and you have to allow it to change your life. There's something in it for everyone, and I guarantee it because it changed my life. All right, and I created it. And thank you for liking, subscribing, following, and sharing. But most importantly, thank you for sharing, because sharing is caring. TikTok, give me a like. Stop fronting. Why TikTok be fronting? They be fronting on me on TikTok. I can't stand it. If you like the show, give a gift. Or just give a like. The likes are free. TikTok, the likes are free. Remember, we do this every Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And last but not least, remember to invest in the brand Prosperity U LLC. All right. Let's get started. Let's get up. Let's get down. Shout outs to Miss Nisi. Shout outs to CMJPR. Thank you for contributing to the show. Thank you for contributing. Let's get started. Ooh, what did I do? Okay. All right. First order of business. Shout outs to Alexisize069 on Twitch. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for contributing to the show. Let's get into our first order of business. These lovely fine folks right here. So for those of you who don't know, they were kind of like, black people, we embrace struggle too much. Far too much. And much of our history in America was built around struggle. You know what I mean? And so it would make sense to see why black people would embrace it so much. But progression is progression. It's all about progression. You know what I mean? And if you're gonna struggle up. Obviously, Remy Ma went to prison, which is a struggle down. It's a setback. She went to prison. I forget why. Not relevant at this point for this conversation. But she went to prison. But the relevant part is Papoose held her down. You know what I'm saying? Like, shouted to the mountaintops. You know what I'm saying? Free Remy, all that. He visited her almost as much as possible. Pretty much, he pretty much would have, if they would have let him, he probably would have stayed in the jail with her. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't think, Papoose is cut from a cloth that not too many people have seen in a long time, or if at all. He's from my hometown, Brooklyn, New York, and he's from a particular part of my hometown that a lot of people don't go to. If you know what I mean. If you know well enough, you know not to go to that part of town. You know what I mean? And Papoose is what some would call a soldier. You know what I mean? If a soldier in street terminology, a soldier is, he puts in work. You know what I mean? And Papoose is that kind of guy. And so it's coming from where I'm from, it's no surprise to see him stand behind Remy the way he did. However, this is where it becomes shaky, because I remember what's the gentleman, Angry Man, he said it, he said what I was thinking. He mentioned that how cringy it was to watch him pedestalize her so much and worship her so much. You know what I mean? And then the funky part is how the black women, they try to discredit him, like, oh, he held her down, but he never leveled her up. I saw that on my Facebook. I was like, what? You just saying that so you could sound away. You just trying to puff your chest up. Like black women, they're subconsciously programmed to hate black men. They don't want to give a black man his credit when he deserves it. They hate doing it. They hate it. It makes their blood curdle. You know what I mean? Like it's serious. But no, we would not be talking about Remy Ma had he have never held her down. You know what I'm saying? Like had he had never been there for her the way he was and boosting her up while she was in prison, we would have never cared if she'd have got out or not. She'd have been a mixtape. She'd have been a underground mixtape rapper by the time she got out of prison. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So give the black man his credit, black women. Give the black man his credit, black women. All right. Where was I? So yeah, that's their story up to this point. They got married, they had a child together, and they lived the fairy tale storybook life. You know what I'm saying? They came out the mud. You know what I'm saying? Remy's from the Bronx. You know, Papoose is from my hometown, Brooklyn. And you know, coming from where they're from, they came a long way. You could say that they came a long way. But Angry Man, the YouTuber Angry Man, he said it was very cringy watching him pedestalize her like that. And then I had to think about that. You know what I'm saying? It was dancing around in the back of my mind too. I was like, oh, it is kind of cringy. Damn. You know what I mean? But then from my perspective, I'm like, why is it cringy though? I look when I try to gauge the longevity of a couple, the first thing I look at is their background, how they were brought up, how they were raised, their life experiences, and especially their life traumas. You know what I mean? Because we're an amalgam of our experiences and our environment. You take your experiences, your past experiences, and you take your environment, and that's what makes you, right? And so, you know, Remy was talking about Papoose's background, and she visited his family, and, you know, they got pictures on the wall. They've been together 30, 40, the parents been together 30, 40 years, and so on and so forth. And they had so much structure and so much household, and it was all love and da 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 da. She was like, wow, that's something I'd never seen before. Red flag. And, you know, that could be debilitating for a lot of people. Damn, the way I was raised is a red flag. Yes. Yes, it can be that way. It can be that way. Yeah. Shout outs to Nels Chrissy. Yes, the way your upbringing and your past and that in and of itself can be a red flag. You cannot demonstrate what you've never had exemplified to you. You know what I'm saying? You're pretty much at that, like, if you've never seen it, if it was never exemplified to you, you're pretty much imitating a figment of your imagination, or what you've seen on TV and in the movies and whatnot, or what you've heard. But if it's never been exemplified to you, you're building the plane as you fly, pretty much. So when Remy Ma was like, "Oh, I visited his family and his family is so wonderful, and I never seen that, I never had that. You know, I come up in the Bronx and blah, 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 and you know, it was a broken home and da 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 da." And I'm just like, and then I'm looking at the way Papoose is pedestalizing her. I'm just like, ooh, the clock is ticking. This you building your house on sand. Shout out to C Boogs. Shout out to Francis Brixton. But yeah, you building a house on sand, my friend. You know what I mean? And so when I seen it, I was just like, it's like a slow train wreck. It's like watching it's just chugging along, and it's just like, you know what I mean? But that's what it's like, you know. And I'm pretty sure in the beginning, Remy wanted it. She wanted it. She wanted that life. I think most people do. You know what I'm saying? Most people who've never had it, they always want it, but they're not built for it. And that's where it becomes that's where not having it exemplified to you, not growing up in that life, in that household, in that lifestyle, is in and of itself a red flag. Because yes, you want it, and you're going to put your best foot forward, and you're going to try at it, but it's going to crumble at some point. Your true color is going to show at some point. You're going to fall up. You're going to fold at some point, because you're just not built that way. Papoose was built that way. She wasn't. You know what I mean? And then, now don't get it twisted. Yeah, she's a rapper, so she has to have the flair and the charisma and the persona. I get that. But a lot of that is her personality too. You gotta like before she blew up, she was a whole battle rapper. Like, you gotta remember, like, and she come from the mud. Like, she don't come from the mud. She come from like the cracks in the cement. Like, you know what I'm saying? So to see her come up like that and then try to build something, you know what I'm saying? Try to build on what was never exemplified to her, because it's a pure desire within her heart. It's noble. Yes, it's noble, but eventually she's gonna fold, and she's gonna go back, not to what's comfortable, but she's gonna go back to what's familiar. She's gonna go back to what's familiar. And so it's at first, from what I know, correct me if I'm wrong, it first surfaced that she was cheating with Easy the Block. They had matching outfits. Come on, son. Like, you know, that's what surfaced first. You know what I mean? Now, men don't do things for no reason. Shout out to 863. Men don't do things for no reason. But men do things for a reason. Women may do things for no reason, but when a woman is petty, she's doing it for a reason. Okay? So, yeah, it may have resurfaced. It may have surfaced first that, you know, Remy cheated, but that's what surfaced. You know what I'm saying? The matching outfits, you can't deny that's petty. You see what I'm saying? So, what was her motivation? That's what I want to know. What was her motivation? So that came out first. I think that was maybe like a year ago, maybe. That came out. Then, from my knowledge, from what I've gathered, please correct me if I'm wrong, Papoose ran down on him. You know what I'm saying? And stomped him out. Or knocked him out, to my understanding. Shout out to Simone Brown. Shout out to Alfonso at Law. Papoose ran down on him, stomped him out, knocked him out, whatever the case may be. Put hands and feet on him. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? Now, to my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong, what's surfacing is Papoose is supposed to be dating this female boxer. Whoa. You know what I mean? And everybody's making fun, talking about how he has a thing for rough and tumble chicks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like I said, coming from where Papoose is from, he's from my city. He's from a little ways up from where I lived. You know what I mean? And that's a part of town you don't go. You know what I'm saying? So it's safe to say he's very much a soldier. So it's no surprise why he would find interest in a woman like that. You know what I mean? And people clown and say, oh, you know, well, she's a professional boxer. And then they were showing footage of how she's really like pounding chicks out. Like, she's really punishing chicks. And shout outs to Sherwood. She's really pounding chicks out. And they were saying, folks was clowning. I was watching the Math Hoffa show, and folks was clowning. They was like, them hands don't matter when his baby mother's a shooter. So yeah. So let's keep that drama where it's at. Let's put it over there where it belongs. But yeah. So now, and you see, here's the hairy part. Here's where it gets hairy. They're still married on paper. Allegedly, they still live together. You know what I'm saying? And they do have a child together. You know what I mean? So, shout out to Lawrence. TikTok, give me some likes. Give me some likes, TikTok. So they live together. They still married on paper, and they have a child together. You know what I mean? Shout outs to Known or None. One thing I do believe is that when having a child, this is why it's so important to be leery of dating single mothers. And hear me out, all right? Hear me out. One thing about having a child with someone is a spiritual marriage. Whether you like to believe it or not, whether you want to deny it or not, it's very much a spiritual marriage. For you to be in that child's life, whether you custodial or not, you have to interact with that other parent to some level, to some degree. You know what I'm saying? You have to, or if not interact, you still have to keep in contact with them. You know what I mean? When you look at the child, you see semblances of that other parent. You know what I mean? It's always a connection there. It's always going to be a connection there. You know? So even if you don't speak to that other parent for however long, the connection is still there because of the child. So it's very much a spiritual marriage. So I don't give credence and respect to people trying to act like trying to play the stepmother or stepfather role and act like the other parent don't exist, or when the parent act like the other parent don't exist. Like, come on, get out of here, you fooling yourself. You know what I mean? And most importantly, and then when it comes to this love triangle, love square, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to this love square or whatever, you always have to be mindful of the child. How is this going to affect the child? Because what no one tells people, especially what no one tells women, is that having a child has nothing to do with you. Having a child has everything to do with the child. Every breath you breathe is about that child. That child didn't ask to be here. So they owe you nothing. You owe them everything. No one tells people this. So, you know, in the midst of all of this craziness, crazy back and forth, and then there's been long threads and clapbacks all over the internet. Like, I don't even dig into all of that. I just pay attention to the facts. You know what I'm saying? The chitter chatter and the statements. And once again, Papoose, being the soldier that he is, he's like, yo, I don't want to get into the social media's foolishness. We have a child together. Keep it. he's been keeping it clean. And then also, you know, is for his business as well. You know what I'm saying? He is making a lot of moves in the music industry, and he's getting to a different type of bag. So it's in his best interest to keep it clean. I don't know where Remy is, and then, you know, naturally Remy's a woman, so she's gonna be more emotional, and you know how that goes. So she's gonna clap out, she's gonna crash, she's gonna clap back, crash out, whatever, however which way she needs to express her feelings, she's gonna do that. You know what I mean? But yeah, at the end of the day, you know, they still have a business to take care of. They still have business going on. They're still married on paper. They have a child together. So whatever love triangle, love rectangle, whatever love cube you wanna concoct, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they still have to take care of business. What was another point I wanted to make? There was another point I wanted to make about their relation, about the whole situation. Oh, and so, and here's another thing that no one tells women. I'm speaking to the 0.5 ladies watching this right now. I'm speaking to y'all. Oh, and it's funny. I'm letting off gunshot sound effects. I got shot at tonight. long short story. Don't. I literally heard the bullet whiz past me. It's crazy. It's funny I can laugh about it, right? But that's because it happened before. But never mind. But yeah, so what nobody tells women is that, shout outs to Unmovable. What nobody tells women, you look at this easy to block character and the picture she took with the matching outfits being petty, right? What nobody tells women is that you never level up from a good man. Never. Like, everybody talking about, Claressa, oh, it's a downgrade. No, it's not. No, it's not. And whether Claressa's a downgrade or not, I remember I saw a gay dude on YouTube. What's his name? The real Funky Dineva. He's one of my favorite gay dudes on the internet. He said, ladies, one thing you can't compete with is young and pretty. You know what I mean? Claressa is pretty. You know what I mean? And she's very strong. Like, you know what I mean? She's very strong. She's pretty and she's strong. But on the flip side of that, this easy to block guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, when people said it, from what I gathered, people said the same thing. Like, he's just a poor man's version of Papoose. You know what I'm saying? But then I thought to myself, I was like, oh shit, that's the precedence that Remy has set for herself. That's probably the best she could do. Oh shit, like, yo, whoa, it hit me. I was like, yo, that's probably the best she could do. You know what I'm saying? If anything, she might have to tuck her tail. You know what I'm saying? And then, get back inside from the porch. You know what I'm saying? The street lights is on. You had enough fun. You had enough fun playing around. Like let's get back inside. Shout out to Ramesh. But yeah, it hit me. I was like, oh snap. That's probably like you never level up from a good man. You know what I'm saying? New dude. He could have an extra 2 inches. He could have more horsepower in his car. You know what I'm saying? He could have he could take you on this trip or that trip, but you never level up from a good man. That new dude is never gonna take you. He's never gonna establish you the way that good dude will establish you. You know what I mean? It's just not. It's not gonna happen. You're never gonna find it. You know what I mean? And that's simply because of the way nature is set up. Women have sex with who they want, but men marry who they want. You know what I mean? And it's like when Jay-Z said, when a good girl's going bad, she's going forever. Flip the coin on that one. When a good man is gone, he's going forever. You know what I mean? So like, you can't, like, there's Remy needs to really, humble herself. What Kendrick say? Be humble. Sit down. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to Kimberly. Shout outs to George. But yeah, so yeah, cause like, think about who's gonna want, if you were famous celebrity, or if you just a regular a no name, like, super rich dude, or like a real rich dude. Like, if you got more money than Remy, would you date Remy? If I had more money than Remy, would I want to date Remy? How you gonna answer that? I'm not gonna answer that. But I'm pretty sure no one, like, first of all, you know what I'm saying, she's over 40, she already has a kid, she's still married on paper. You know what I'm saying? Whether she's living with him or not, that's up to question. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yo, if I was up there in that social status, like, I'm looking at her, I'm like, do I really want to take you seriously? Do I really want to intertwangle? I'm making up words. Do I really want to intertwangle my life with you like that? I don't know. So looking at that Easy the Block character, whoever, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, it makes sense. That's the best she could do. You never level up from a good dude. Never. Period. So that's my closing point on that one. Let's get to the next topic. Stay with me, y'all. Stay with me. We got a good show tonight. We got a whole chock full of celeb gossip to touch on tonight. So let me get to this next topic. So this weekend I got around to catching up on the hype about the whole Jamie Foxx show, and I do want to salute. It was a good show. It was good. Like, once again, give a black man his flowers. Give him his credit. Give the black man his credit. It was a good show. And it's shout out to Easy Williams. And it's, as we all know, it's very easy to tug on the hearts of black people when you start taking them to church, right? It was a lot of God reference, a lot of a lot of church reference. You know what I'm saying? He got on the organ, he got on the piano and started, you know what I'm saying, doing his thing, the song and dance. He went into a lot of his imitations, or impressions, I should say. He went into his impressions. He did the Nino Brown, the Wesley Snipes Nino Brown. He did Tyson. He did Jay-Z. And he's done these impressions before. But I like the show because he was kind of reminding us of who he is as an entertainer. You know what I'm saying? And I really appreciated that. I think we all appreciated that. We kind of, if you're a Gen Xer or a older Gen Zer, we pretty much grew up, watching the trajectory of Jamie Foxx's career. You know what I mean? And so we can't say that we don't appreciate what he's done for pop culture and black pop culture. You know what I mean? His performance in Ray, even in Living Color, his the Jamie Foxx TV sitcom that he had, the reruns still go. The reruns still go. It's hilarious. You know what I mean? And he's just undeniably funny and entertaining. And I always believe personally that comedians make the best actors. They make the best drama actors because you have to go to the dark place in order to be funny. And a lot of the mantra that he was giving on that show was, if I stay funny, I stay alive. And it was in reference, to his stroke, him having a stroke. You know what I mean? He clapped back at Cat Williams. You know what I mean? That was cute. But I was still left with a question mark. He said he had I had a serious headache. I'm like, where'd the headache come from, sir? He distanced himself from Puffy. You know what I'm saying? Talking about, I left the parties early. You know what I mean? But it was but I'm still questioning and confused as to how did this headache come about, sir? was it a substance induced headache? You know what I mean? Because I've had my bout with drugs. You know what I mean? In a lighthearted sense, it wasn't to the degree that Jamie Foxx dealt with, but I'm not convinced that it was just a headache. No, sir. You know what I mean? For you to have a headache that led to a stroke, I understand you're in your 50s, but come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on. Shout out to Donza. Yeah. But other than that, it was a good show. He cried through half the show. And then it's bad because him crying made everybody else want to cry. And then he took everybody to the church, so everybody's having praise and worship in the audience. It was real touching. It was real touching. And for anybody to deny that, you just not in touch with your soul or your emotional side at all. Like you're just denying it. Shout outs to Samantha. Shout outs to Rebecca. Yeah, so but other than that, like if you have a Netflix account, you know what I'm saying, just go watch it. Don't fight the hype. Just go watch it. It's a great story. It's a great comeback story. Him bringing his daughter out. Oh, that got me. Cause shout outs to Velma. That got me because I always wanted a daughter. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, that hit me hard. Shout out to Kukuza, Pop Jackie, Dilla Ross, DeKuthman, and Mary Morse. Welcome everybody, welcome. So yeah, that touched me when he brought his daughter out. I'm just gonna leave it at that. That was my part. That was my favorite part of the show. So yeah, if you have a Netflix account, go watch it. Don't fight the hype, and or just get somebody's password. You know you want to. All right. Let's get into the last topic on the evening. The last topic. Let's talk about these fine folks right here. Let's get into it. Raise your hand if you've been young before. Raise your hand if you've been dumb before. Raise your hand if you've been full of cum before. Oh my God. All right. So, let he who is free from sin cast the first stone at this couple right here. All right, let it. He who is free from sin cast the first stone at this couple. All right. Yeah. Let me talk about what I've gathered from on the internet, what I've seen. Just perusing and scrolling through. She was with him way back in Jackson State. You know what I mean? She's with him from the jump. He became this exceptional NFL player. I'm speaking into existence. Look at me, Freudian slipping here. He became this exceptional college player in order to be rated as one of the best college, not one of the best, but the best college player this year. He's a shoo-in for the NFL. And his college career has been pretty storybook because he's followed Coach Prime's trajectory. When Coach Prime left Jackson State, he kind of took him with him along with his children. You know what I mean? And so that whole story is one to be documented, and I would love to sit through the documentary film on that one. But so he's a part of the whole Coach Prime story, you know what I mean, and the whole Coach Prime come up into Colorado and how they pretty much how he I would say single-handedly, of course it's football so it can't be single-handedly, but how they revolutionized that program. And you know, Travis Hunter is one of the main chess pieces in that whole story, in that whole storybook. Shout out to everybody coming in to the TikTok. Give me some likes, TikTok. Thank you for the likes. Let me get 50 likes. Let me get 50 likes, please. I love it, guys. I love it. Thank you so much. Give me 50 likes. And so he's one of the major chess pieces, if not the major chess piece in that whole Coach Prime story from Jackson State to Colorado, right? And I didn't even know he had a girlfriend until the shenanigans. The internet is going internet. You know what I mean? And it was his last game, senior game, and you know, he was celebrating, and she was acting away, you know, and she was giving him a piece of her mind in one of his greatest moments of his football career. You know what I mean? And the internet was like, whoa, oh hell no, don't do that. Don't do that, no. You messing up, sweetheart. You messing up. You know what I mean? I don't think there's anything that you guys are telling her or them that they probably haven't heard already. You know what I mean? The press and the scrutiny that this young man is getting for his talent, you know what I mean, is going to be unmatched. You know, and so so I'm pretty sure they're very well coached. They're very well schooled on how to maneuver this whole press scene of this up and coming football star. You know what I mean? They're doing a lot of clapping back and a lot of responding. You know what I mean? He's doing it. She's doing it. I was just, before the show started, I was just looking at clips of her responding to all of her of people critiquing her sneezing the wrong way and her blinking her eyes the wrong way. Like, I think ever since that one moment, I think she can do no right in the internet's eyes. She's kind of scarlet lettered at this point as the toxic, tear him down type chick. You know, that typical ratchet. You know what I mean? I won't even, like, from that one moment, I can't even make a judgment call. You know what I mean? Yes, it is. Is it a red flag? Yes. I would call it a pink flag. You know what I'm saying? I would call it a fuchsia flag. You know, I wouldn't necessarily call it a red flag just yet. But they've been together for a long time. Even though they're young, and I know when you're young, being together for a long time ain't really that long, or it don't really count for much because you never really experienced quote unquote life, right? So being together for a long time ain't really shit when you're young, but there is a bond. You can't deny that they do have a bond. You know what I mean? And he is very bonded. He does have a bond to her. She has a piece of his heart that no one has. You know what I mean? None of us can deny that, you know? And so for us telling him to leave her off of that one little moment, you know what I'm saying? Or the moments that we've projected upon her, because that's what everybody's doing, really. We're just projecting our trauma on her, on their relationship. You know what I mean? Like, really, I mean, even though, yeah, he's punching air, they're clapping back, and that's simply because we're projecting our trauma upon them. Because when he closes his phone and she closes her laptop, you know what I'm saying, everything is peachy keen, and I'm pretty sure everything is peachy keen, peaceful, and quiet. You know what I mean? It's not until he opens his phone again and she opens up her laptop where, you know, the relationship goes haywire. You know what I mean? However, he is we can't ignore the fact that he is about to transition into a new level of press and stardom. You know what I mean? And attention, and it's going to be a new level of attention. He's playing with the big boys. All right. And so it's important. It's important that they gird themselves for this next level. Can I get 50 likes, TikTok, please? TikTok, please give me 50 likes. I'd love it so much. I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, so it's very important that they gird themselves for this next level. You know what I mean? Here's where so what a lot of people are saying is, you know, he's young, he's inexperienced. His nose, she has his nose wide open. You know what I'm saying? More open than it already is. No pun intended. I had to throw that one in there. I'm sorry. But, you know, so some people just have to learn the hard way. There's nothing you could tell them. They're deeply, madly in love. They're young. You know what I'm saying? And he already has millions of dollars. The world is at his feet. And, you know, what better than to marry the woman that you have such a close bond to, right? I know that feeling. I know that feeling. You know what I mean? And so with me personally knowing that feeling, but then on the outside looking in at their relationship, You know, and then not only that, I know that feeling. I know that feeling for my children. I've seen that in my children. You know what I mean? So on the outside looking in, you know, with at my big age and my wisdom, I say yes. Okay, he may have to learn the hard way, but it can go either way. Here's the thing: it can go either way. So let's look at one side of the coin and then look at the other side. On one side of the coin, they may gird themselves and get ready for this next level of press and stardom and attention that he'll be getting. You know what I'm saying? And learn to maneuver their relationship while he's on the road, and so, you know, and that's going to be big. Well, I mean, it's the NFL. You know, you go on the road every other weekend, and then you know what I'm saying. But still, you know what I mean. While he's on the road, you know, they learn how to maneuver and manage their relationship, and you know they weed out and tune out all of the social media's foolery, right? That's one side of the coin. On the other side of the coin, they fold under the pressure and they break. And she wishes that the relationship was like it was when, so on and so forth. She wishes that she could have him the way she wants him, and he never has time for me, and that's what the internet wants. That's the side of the coin that the internet wants. The pressure of the press and the media and social media can break their relationship. That alone can break their relationship. The way she's clapping back and the way she's like, the way they're picking, like at the Heisman ceremony, they were picking apart. Oh, she didn't stand up. Nobody stood up. The only people that stood up was Prime and his wife or girlfriend, whoever that young lady was. Nobody stood up. Everybody was just like, oh, kudos, congratulations. Oh, let's be mindful. Let's be demure, right? Nobody stood up, but once again, the internet picked that apart. She can do no right in the internet's eyes. From that moment forward, they've already scarlet lettered her. You feel me? So shout outs to Scorpion Queen. That's the homie from way back in the day. They've already thank you TikTok. Give me 100 likes. Give me 100 likes, TikToks. I love you guys so much. They've already scarlet lettered her. She can do no right in the internet's eyes. And so, you know, and you know how savage the internet can be. And so because of that, you know what I'm saying, it could really weigh down their relationship, especially at that high level. You know, there's guys who there's gonna be, you know, teammates, right? Or other athletes, other players from other teams, right? You know what I mean? You know, and you know, she might be lonely. You know what I mean? And so there's gonna be that kind of attention. You know what I mean? And then for him, like that kind of attention. You see me wiping my brow, right? Like, cause he's gonna be on the road. So was you just gonna sit in your hotel room? Like, and some of, you know, so you know, during training camp or just, you know, the during on the road games, you know, some of the players bunk up. You know what I mean? They might have parties, so you sitting there, you know you might be trying to FaceTime, and she gonna be like, who them three girls in the background? And where they clothes at? You know what I mean? He's like, and you're like, oh, that's my roommate's chicks. They just here to see him, not me. Ain't no excuse good enough. Ain't gonna be no excuse good. Them girls wait for you in the hotel lobby. They find out where y'all stay at. And they waiting for you in the lobby. They greeting you at the door next to security in the club. They on you. You can't go to the grocery store no more, bro. You gonna need an assistant. They're on you, bro. Yeah, and then you're gonna get that new 2000 2030 go fast, vroom vroom, right? And now the whole city is on you. You know what I mean? Like, it's a different level. It's a different level. This ain't Colorado no more, player. You know what I mean? And so there's more pros. There's more cons than there are pros. They can no longer live in the. That's really what I'm getting at. They can no longer live in the bubble. They can no longer live in the bubble that they're trying to live in. And I think from this point on, with all of this internet scrutiny that she's been getting, they're gonna get married. They're gonna get married. You know what I mean? They're gonna get married. And I'm pretty much banking on him not getting a prenup. And I'm pretty sure everybody. I didn't even know. Nobody told me Warren Sapp was coaching over there at Colorado. Why didn't anybody tell me? What the hell? But yeah, he's one of my favorite D linemen from back in the day. But I can pretty much bank on the fact that he's not going to get a prenup, in spite of what Prime and Warren Sapp and everybody at Colorado is telling them. I'm pretty sure of it. And I'm pretty as much of a bond that he has with her, and as much as he loves her, if they do divorce, it's going to be very, very, very nasty. It's going to be nasty because she's going to remember all of this internet hoopla from the moment of that senior game when everybody was scrutinizing her about her, you know what I'm saying, up to the point of if they have a divorce, right? Up to that point, she's going to remember all of that. And how much of an effect it had on their relationship. How much she laid on the bed with her back turned to him. You know how y'all ladies do when y'all feeling away and y'all lay in the bed and y'all back be turned. You know what I'm saying? And your butt be tucked in, so he can't, even if he try to spoon you, he don't even get that poke. You know what I mean? Like ladies, y'all know how y'all do when y'all in y'all feelings in the bed, right? And you not even asleep. You acting like you sleep, but you really just staring out the window. You know what I mean? Just thinking of how you gonna get out of this relationship, right? Like, thanks for the follow, Sylvester. Oh, we had 277 likes. Give me 300 likes. Matter of fact, give me 500 likes. Give me 500 likes. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, you know how y'all ladies do it. And she's gonna be thinking about all of this heartache and pain outside of the relationship, all this relationship pressure, and how much he's on the road, and how much they don't hang like they used to, and so and we don't spend time together no more, and you know, such and such is in my DMs now. You know what I mean? Like and he's offering me this jewelry and that jewelry and this car and that car and this trip and that trip. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she's gonna be thinking all of that, and she's gonna be like, she's gonna Google him. Wait, how much did he make again? Yeah. She's gonna be whispering to her lawyer, like, yeah, let me get them coins. You know what I mean? If they do divorce, it's gonna be very ugly. It's gonna be one of those, you know what I mean? And it guarantee is gonna translate on the field. He's not gonna play he's not gonna play the way he used to. He's not gonna have the same kind of passion. There's gonna be contract disputes. And so I think the internet, you know, the internet is right to some degree. Like, with this kind of air around their relationship and this stigma that has been put on her, he does need to dump her. He does, from an executive business decision standpoint, he needs to dump her. He needs to dump her. It's sad, but it's true. That's my take on that. I do believe that that's where it is. Wow. So you guys have been so awesome. I want to thank all of you, each and every last one of you. Too many to name. You guys are so awesome. I want to thank all of you for tuning into this multi-million-dollar stream. I am your host, Kev Prosper, the owner and founder of Prosperity U LLC. Prosperity U LLC is creating a society of wealth, positivity, and inspiration. You are tuned into Love and Money, the podcast of Prosperity U LLC. I want to thank you for contributing to the Cash App above, $ Prosperity U LLC. You can't miss it. I know you see it. Go to that Cash App and give it everything you got. Alrighty. And then after you do that, visit this website below at prosperunlimited.com and allow that website to change your life. I guarantee it, because it changed mine. Thank you so much. Thank you for liking, subscribing, following, and sharing. But most importantly, thank you for sharing, because sharing is caring. That's right, boys and girls. And if you like the show, give a gift or just give a like. The likes are free, guys. The likes are free. And remember, we do this every Monday at 9 p.m. Every Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And last but not least, be sure to invest in the brand Prosperity U LLC. All right. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Be sure to shop Amazon with Prosperity U LLC. Link in the description.
These are all of my books. My very first book, Leave the Fairy Tales Up to Disney, The Reality of Dating. Haunted Truths, a romance murder mystery set in the heart of Brooklyn during the 1980s, during the height of the crack era. Switch, my romantic comedy. My trilogy, Spirit of the Machine, 1, 2, and 3, sci-fi action thriller. My poem anthology, Red Garden. That is System of the Sun. It's my book on organizational skills. Don't wait till I get rich to buy that book. New Shoes. That's my book on self-esteem, on how to love yourself. Ratchetology. Yes, I'm the ratchetologist. Take my advice. Visit prosperunlimited.com and click travel to book your next vacation.
Do that freaky jam on the beat. Busy with that butter shit, that bone feed. Did you double do that song sing. Flicky with some butter, so that phone too. If you cheeky cheddar, check, I get her own cheese. And so chicken with that head, or this bitch that won't be with the official with that whole sleeve. Let me see each other, wish that with that long.
I got racks at ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. I got racks at ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. You a badass bitch. If I don't get swallowed in that fat ass bitch, I got racks at ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. I got.
Be sure to shop Amazon.